Once upon a time, in a charming little house on a quiet street in London, there lived a girl named Wendy Darling. Wendy was a gentle and loving girl with a heart full of kindness. She adored telling stories to her two younger brothers, John and Michael. Every night, their cozy nursery would come alive with the sound of Wendy's voice, weaving tales of faraway lands, magical creatures, and daring heroes. Wendy's most cherished story was that of Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. With eyes sparkling like the stars, she would recount to her brothers how Peter lived in an enchanting place called Neverland, where fairies twinkled like tiny lanterns, mermaids sang their alluring songs, and pirates ruled the waves with a fearsome grip. One magical night, when the silvery moon was full and bright, the very same Peter Pan appeared at Wendy's window. His green hat adorned with a red feather, and his outfit shimmered like emeralds in the moonlight. His eyes sparkled with excitement as he greeted Wendy. "Hello, Wendy. My name is Peter Pan, and I've come to whisk you and your brothers away on a wondrous adventure to Neverland." With the help of Tinker Bell, Peter's loyal and fiery fairy friend, Wendy, John, and Michael were sprinkled with shimmering pixie dust, which made their bodies feel as light as air. Together, they soared through the deep indigo sky, past the rooftops of London, and off to the magical land of Neverland. As they approached Neverland, they were greeted by a breathtaking sight. The island was filled with lush forests of towering trees, their leaves a brilliant symphony of greens. Sparkling waterfalls cascaded into crystal-clear lagoons, where colorful fish darted between the rocks. The flowers bloomed in vibrant hues, their sweet fragrance carried by the gentle breeze. Wendy, John, and Michael were awestruck by the beauty that enveloped them. Upon their arrival, they met the Lost Boys, a group of children who, like Peter, never grew up. The Lost Boys lived in a hidden underground home, nestled among the roots of a great tree. They were a lively bunch, always eager for fun and games. They played hide-and-seek among the trees, searched for hidden treasures buried in the earth, and splashed with the mermaids in the lagoons, their laughter ringing through the air. But not all in Neverland was friendly and carefree. The seas surrounding the island were ruled by Captain Hook, a fearsome pirate with a gleaming hook for a hand. His black hair was tied back in a tight ponytail, and his eyes were as cold and dark as a stormy night. He and his crew of ragtag pirates sailed the Jolly Roger, a ship with tattered sails and a menacing skull and crossbones flag. Captain Hook sought revenge on Peter Pan for the loss of his hand, which Peter had fed to a giant crocodile named Tick-Tock. One sunny day, while Wendy, Peter, and the others were exploring a mysterious cave hidden behind a curtain of ivy, they stumbled upon Captain Hook and his pirates. The pirates had discovered a secret map and were searching for a long-lost treasure buried deep within the island. Seeing their chance, the pirates captured Wendy and her brothers, planning to use them as bait to lure Peter Pan into a trap. Peter, with Tinker Bell by his side, knew he had to rescue his friends. So, he devised a clever plan. They would sneak onto Captain Hook's ship, free Wendy and her brothers, and steal the treasure. It was a dangerous mission, but they knew it was the only way to save their friends and outsmart the cunning Captain Hook. With great care, Peter and Tinker Bell crept onto the Jolly Roger, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They tiptoed through the dark and creaky passageways of the ship, avoiding the sleeping pirates. As they reached the cell where Wendy, John, and Michael were being held, they spotted a large, ornately carved treasure chest. Peter quickly realized that this was the treasure Captain Hook had been searching for. He knew that if he could take the treasure, he could use it to bargain for his friend's freedom. With Tinker Bell's help, Peter managed to carry the heavy chest up to the deck of the ship. Just as they were about to make their daring escape, Captain Hook appeared, his eyes burning with fury. "Peter Pan, you meddling boy," he snarled, his voice like thunder. "You'll pay for this." A fierce battle ensued between Peter and Captain Hook. The two fought with great skill and bravery, leaping from the ship's rigging and clashing their swords with a deafening clang. Wendy, John, Michael, and the lost boys watched with bated breath, their hearts pounding like drums. Finally, with a swift and cunning move, Peter managed to outwit Captain Hook and sent him tumbling into the sea, where Tik-Tok the crocodile was eagerly waiting. As the pirates scrambled to save their captain, Peter and his friends took the opportunity to escape. With the treasure in hand, they returned to the cave and shared their spoils with the mermaids, fairies, and all the other creatures of Neverland. A magnificent celebration took place, filled with laughter, music, and dancing. Wendy, John, Michael, and the lost boys had never experienced such a joyous night. But as the days went by, Wendy began to miss her home and her loving parents. She knew that they would be worried about her and her brothers. So, with a heavy heart, she told Peter that it was time for them to return to London. Peter was saddened by the thought of saying goodbye to his new friends, but he understood that they needed to be with their family. He agreed to take them back, and with tearful goodbyes, they bid farewell to the lost boys, the mermaids, and all the other friends they had made in Neverland. As they flew through the night sky, Wendy, John, and Michael looked back at Neverland one last time. They knew that they would never forget the incredible adventures they had shared with Peter Pan and the friends they had made. When they arrived back in their bedroom, Wendy tucked her brothers into bed and gave them each a tender kiss on the forehead. As she looked out the window, she saw Peter Pan and Tinker Bell waving goodbye. With tears in her eyes, Wendy whispered, "Thank you, Peter, for the most amazing adventure. We will never forget you." And so, Wendy, John, and Michael returned to their lives in London, cherishing the memories of their time in Neverland. They knew that they had experienced something truly magical, and the stories of Peter Pan and their adventures would live on in their hearts forever. From that day on, whenever they looked up at the night sky, they would remember their friend Peter Pan and the enchanting world of Neverland, where anything was possible if you just believed. And as they grew older, they made sure to share the stories of their adventures with their own children, ensuring that the magic of Peter Pan would never be forgotten. And that, dear child, is the end of our tale. Good night, little one. May you have sweet dreams filled with wonder and adventure, and wake up to a beautiful new day, ready to explore the world around you.